safe for this lightweight fight. Anton Kuivanen, 28 years old, 2 years the elder of the Canadian. He is 2 inches shorter. Clarke will have a slight reach advantage. Here is Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Josh Rosenthal.
Josh Rosenthal, our referee. The beautiful Brittany. Set to get things started, Mitch Clarke and Anton Kuivanen.
Ready? Let's fight!
And here we go. Blue trunks for the Finn, Anton Kuivanen. Mitch Clarke, the Canadian, is in the red trunks.
Kuivanen is ripped. I mean, that kid looks like he's about 4% body fat.
Shredded after the weigh-ins.
Yeah, that is a big 155er.
Nice
lot
counter.
of muscle tone on him.
Yep, nice counter left there, Joe.
Well, this is a great fight for him stylistically because the issues that he had in his first fight were mostly against the wrestling, and Mitch Clarke immediately recognizing that, he's watched the tapes and goes for the single right away. And he got him down. Nicely done by Mitch.
Mitch Clarke does have a wrestling background. He's trying to grab that ankle and get him all the way on his back.
Yeah, this is a great fight for him to see whether or not he's patched up Kuivanen, to see whether or not he's patched up the holes in his game. And for Mitch Clarke, he saw Kuivanen had problems with wrestling, immediately goes right to that. And he's got him down. And Kuivanen is showing some good skills up against the cage, avoiding getting put on his back, trying to bounce back up to his feet and trying to hold that left leg down. And Mitch Clarke now, he's got it wrapped up around the hips, and he's got to make his way up the torso, trying to climb his way up Kuivanen's torso and pin him down.
Joe, there's an example of the little things in MMA that aren't often talked about. He went from one leg to getting both legs and now the hips. That's excellent wrestling technique.
Yeah, and as we said, he's moving upward.
Yes.
He's trying to, and while he's doing that, Kuivanen is trying to pin his back up against the cage. And now he's trying to hit a switch. Kuivanen using that cage, and now he's up. And Mitch Clarke's got his back here and down. Very nicely done. And takes his back. He's got over-under control here.
The crowd here now, Berta reacts.
And Kuivanen rolls to a half guard.
Watch the neck.
Doesn't have two hands to get connected yet. And back up, and Kuivanen takes him down. Nicely done.
And now he's going to try to get to top position.
Well, he made a mistake right there.
Yeah, he had side control, right?
He had side control, and he tried to move too quickly, and that's the signs of an inexperienced grappler. Hold the position first. Once you know you have the opening, then jump. He immediately made a sort of a half-hearted move to mount and got stuck. First in half guard, now in full guard. But he had him in total side control.
Yeah, instead of advancing his position, he ended up giving his opponent an opportunity to go back to half guard.
Yeah, you gotta always take your time when you're passing.
Good right hand.
When you get a good dominant position, hold that spot before you move to the next spot.
Kuivanen, though, taken down once, then he fought off the attack of Clarke, reversed, and now he's on top.
Kuivanen stuck here in full guard. And Mitch Clarke looking for an arm bar. Kuivanen better be careful here. He's leaving his arms out. Let's see what kind of guard Mitch Clarke has. Because Kuivanen's, he's making all sorts of mistakes with his arms. Extending them, leaving them under Mitch Clarke. You know, I always try to judge people's guards based on the most dangerous guard. When I look at a guy like Paul Sass, you know, he's one of my favorites because when he's on his back,
nice
there we go.
Watch the arm. He's got to watch the arm now.
Nice.
Can he finish it right here? Looking to lock it in.
It looks like he's got it. Oh, he let it go. He let it go to stay on top.
He ate some punches on the way, too.
But what he never did, Mike, was get the leg across the face to control. But he's got his back.
And he's got a hook in. Kuivanen in defense mode now.
He's got a hook in, and he's got an underhook on the left side.
Kuivanen landed some shots.
And he's got both hooks in now.
Then almost got his arm tangled up, and
he's
now
gonna go for a Kimura.
Yep, now he's trying to work it again.
And Kuivanen did a nice job there of stepping down with his left knee to try to trap his arm there. Because what Mitch Clarke wants to do is pull that arm out and up towards the shoulder.
6 career victories by submission for Clarke, 6 of his 9 wins.
Arm triangle attempt here, and back into the guard. It looked like he was trying to turn into an arm triangle.
Final 30 seconds of round 1.
Kuivanen has an arm trapped. He had it, at least, that right arm.
First prelim of the night, and this building's already loud. Gonna look to posture up. Round 1 complete. Some really good ground exchanges in the first round. There's John Crouch from the lab in Glendale, Arizona. Benson Henderson's trainer.
Give me. It's a really good round. I want you to move your head when you're coming in. Caught you a little bit with that right hand of his. It's because you weren't slipping when you come in. Come in offline. Everything on the ground is good. And don't rush. Coach.
Let's take a look at that armbar attempt by Mitch Clarke. I'll talk you through it. He turns his hips here, traps the left arm, spins, and where he lost it is if you look at his feet, he does not have the foot across the neck. He does not have control of the upper body. And, you know, he was just trying to hold on to the arm and perhaps just finish it off anyway in the scramble. Couldn't do it and then just decided, let me just take his back here and at least try to stay on top.
Let's fight.
But an excellent attempt there by Mitch Clarke.
Scored 2 takedowns, did Clarke in round 1.
Look lower. Aim for the chest.
Clarke from Edmonton in the red.
Your two
The
there.
Finn from Helsinki in the blue. Anton Kuivanen, both fighting for the second time in the UFC.
And this is a really well-matched fight, too. You know, both of these guys are very commensurate in their skill levels. Mitch Clarke being the better grappler, Kuivanen perhaps having an edge in the standing.
It's always,
but both at the same stage, the relative stage of their careers.
And Kuivanen had a 9-fight win streak when he first entered the octagon. Mitch Clarke was 9-0 when he first fought in the UFC.
Very nice single by Mitch. And Mitch is turning into him now, but Kuivanen gets right back to his feet. And Kuivanen's very strong, Mike. Look at that, he's hitting that Kimura.
You're good.
He's got the arm through it. He's trying to hip
Jump
bump
over
him.
the leg, 1/2 guard.
He just does not have that technique down yet. But in trying to hip bump him, he didn't fully commit to one or the other. He didn't commit to that Kimura.
Try to soften him up.
I think Mitch Clarke has felt the ground skill of Kuivanen, and he seems very comfortable.
Feels he's got a definitive edge here.
Yeah, well, Kuivanen is a notch or two below him, and as far as ground technique goes, and he knew that after Kuivanen lost that side control quickly, and how he was able to control him on the ground and almost get him in that armbar. So I think Mitch is very confident in his grappling chances in this fight. Oh, look at that! Beautiful technique there. Lost the position, held on to the arm, and rolled with it. Kuivanen on top now, though.
It looked like Kuivanen was going to get full top. Now he's going to switch towards this look at the choke.
But he only has one hand on it. And Mitch knows that.
Good wrist control.
Now he's got 2 hands controlled. He may perhaps go to what we call the Marcelo guillotine, where you slide one leg in between the legs. And now he's on top here with it. He's going to try to crank his neck. Very hard to get this, especially in half guard, when you're on the side of a guy like that. But you can do something called the Japanese necktie by altering the grip. He's on top here, head and arm control. Now Mitch being controlled by Kuivanen. Let's see if Mitch can reverse the position. Perhaps taking a little breather here. Now he's making the move to sweep. He'll go deep with the underhook on the left-hand side, Mike, and then try to connect his arms together. He's got them together under the leg. He's choosing to go leg first. A lot of guys do it around the waist instead, but he's going, because of his wrestling, he's going right back to a single and standing up with it.
Joe, in the first round when Kuivanen had some nice ground and pound, He almost got his arm caught, and Mitch Clarke almost finished the fight with an armbar, and he hasn't really looked for as much ground and pound here on top in the second round.
Well, he was leaving his arms out there, and I was talking about it as it was happening. I was like, and now he's got his back.
Nicely done by Clarke. He'll look to put him on his
Mitch
back
drops
again.
him again. Look at that, beautiful. He hit him with the same technique that Mitch hit him with. He held onto the arm and rolled him. Very nicely done. Kuivanen learning on the fly.
Something we often don't see. We've seen it twice, once by each man here. So Kuivanen spending a lot of time in top position here in round 2.
Gotta work, gentlemen.
Trying to posture up. Missed with the right. Elbows from the bottom by Mitch Clarke. Much more even with the grappling here in round 2, Joe.
I think, yeah, Mitch is getting a bit tired. And Kuivanen is doing a real good job of staying in the top position. Now Mitch is going
Nice
for a leg.
up kick.
Oh, very nice.
Wow, he rocked him.
But they're playing footsies here, and Kuivanen is in the better position. Kuivanen is very close to a heel hook on the left leg. Let's see if Mitch can ride this out.
He got staggered by that up kick.
Yeah, he's getting a hold of his left leg with his own hands. The leg is now Kuivanen's leg's in jeopardy now.
Well, that was a much more even round on the ground. Wow.
That was crazy. They're exchanging punches from what we call the 50-50 position.
Käsit istumaan ja happea. Okei. Nyt sit pitää lähteä ottelemaan lopetuksesta. Okei. Selvä homma. Voi olla, että on mennyt kaksi Clarkelle. Siitä pitää ainakin nyt lähteä. Nyt pitää lähteä ottaa lopetuksesta. Sä pysyt matos hyvin pukaan.
All right, let's take a look at some of the action in that round. Starting with how Kuivanen drops down for the Kimura, rolls and gets on top. And now here's a beautiful up kick by Mitch Clarke. And Kuivanen and him battle from a leg lock position. Very excited and high five each other after punching each other in the face.
Look who is back, the beautiful Logan Stanton and Rochelle Leah, all here tonight in Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
All right, gentlemen, last round. Let's fight.
With the effort Kuivanen put in the second round, this is a very even fight as we begin the third and final round.
Well, we definitely saw him have more success in the grappling in that second round. It seemed like Mitch Clarke had a big advantage in the grappling, but I don't know if he got tired in that second round or what it was, but Kuivanen definitely did better in the wrestling exchanges than he did in the first round.
It's almost like he heard you, Joe, because right when you said that Clarke felt comfortable, he had a definitive advantage on the ground, Kuivanen started to turn it up.
Oh no, looks like he got caught low there as he's going for that takedown. He's got the leg.
See if Clarke can complete the takedown here. He has completed 3 takedowns in the fight. Kuivanen's earned top position from reversals.
And Kuivanen spun him. Look at this. Very nicely done by Kuivanen. I like how he did that.
So he scores the takedown here early in the third. The crowd trying to cheer on their own.
Kuivanen doing a good job of turning that corner and staying on top. And now he's got Mitch's head trapped there. Lands a couple of nice left hands to him. Staying on top, heavy on the neck, sprawled out. He looks like he's going for the guillotine. That's the Marcelo guillotine. He lost it, but staying on top, holding onto the neck.
Very closely contested on the ground.
Now he's holding side control. Now you see this time he's not trying so quickly to jump to the top position and try to mount him. Holding side control. Get him so you know when you go to make that move to advance your position, you have it down tight. Looking for an arm triangle, Kuivanen is. He's got his leg trapped in there though. And Mitch tried to reverse him there. Kuivanen seems to be the more physically strong man, Mike.
And you noticed that right away, Joe.
Well, he's shredded.
Yeah.
dude looks really big for 155 pounds.
Mitch is control Clarke here in the third.
Mitch is trying to go for a Kimura, and again, Kuivanen just tucks that arm in. You're allowed to grab your own shorts to defend in this sort of a situation. You're never allowed to grab your opponent's shorts, but you can grab your own to protect your arm. And Kuivanen is doing just that right now. And Mitch is trying very hard to pull that out. It's hard to pull it out though when you're really tired, and he's really slippery, so he can't get that leg around the neck and use that as a leverage point. He's trying hard though. He's got a hold of the arm. He's got the double wrist lock position, which is half the battle. Now it's all about pulling that arm out from in between the two legs. Kuivanen is no longer holding on to his shorts. So Mitch, if he has any energy with pulled it right out of there.
Nice left hand too.
That was good timing. He must have sensed that Mitch was relaxing a little bit, because the Kimura, there's a lot of physical energy involved in trying to pull it off, a lot of strength involved, and if your opponent senses that you're relaxing even for just a little bit. Kuivanen going to the back here. Mitch got the leg and uses it to spin him around, but Kuivanen right back up and hits him with a nice knee.
Kuivanen has done more damage with his ground strikes and with the exchanges on the feet. Another good punch thrown there.
Kuivanen has maintained the top position for most of this round. So even when Mitch has attempted to take him down, all that struggling resulted in him being on the bottom.
Right, and another punch landed.
And Kuivanen is almost out here.
To the body.
Mitch is very scrappy though. Look at him go. Look at that. And Kuivanen goes with it and rolls him.
In the first round, when he had that same position, he worked his way up the legs to the waist and put him on his back. Hasn't been able to do that in the second or the third.
He has noticeably tired, Mike. And look at him here. Just laid back with his head on the mat and opened his mouth wide. It was a very physical fight.
Yeah, it's turned out to be somewhat of a wrestling grappling matchup here between Kuivanen and Clarke. There's another left. And a right hand.
Just it seems to be, he's tagging him, Mike.
Yeah, over and over.
Kuivanen just seems to be the guy in better physical condition. And Mitch is going for that leg. Now that's when it gets really dangerous, when you're tired and you're going for a leg, because you are committing both of your arms and your leg to the one limb of your opponent, which leaves your opponent's hands free to punch you in the face. And Mitch is bleeding now.
Slipped through.
And he gets tagged again.
Dominant third round by Anton Kuivanen.
Big knee.
Oh my!
Oh, nice
to the body. The Finn finishes strong as Kuivanen and Clarke go the distance in their second UFC fight.
Great fight, man.
Great fight, Mitch.
We showed you the ground control earlier in this fight, and it was very close between Kuivanen and Clarke. And there you see, look at the total strikes landed. Definitive advantage for the Finn. And what was once 3-0 in takedowns ended 3-2, and almost 8 minutes of ground control time for Anton Kuivanen in our fight summary.
And there's in the early round, we saw great grappling skill being displayed by Mitch. And here he hits that armbar, spins him, doesn't get the left leg across the face and loses the position. And there's that beautiful up kick that dropped Kuivanen as he was going for a leg lock attempt. And here's the third round where Kuivanen's conditioning and strength really started to come on strong. A lot of ground and pound, hit him with some real solid shots, and this is the end of the fight. Big right hand by Kuivanen.
Hoping that he has earned his first career UFC victory.
Thank you, Calgary.
They await the judges' rendering of their decision.
Hey, it's so much fun.
Kuivanen and Clarke get things started here tonight in Calgary.
Looks like they had a good time in there.
Yeah, they did. Closely contested battle. With the official decision, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score this contest 29-28, Kuivanen, 29-28, Clarke, and 29-28 for the winner by split decision, Anton Kuivanen.
Winner by split decision, Anton Kuivanen, earning his first career UFC victory here tonight on a night when we've got a great bunch of fights for you.